people, especially in a survivor group, what it is to have someone just to talk to, just to have someone be able to relate with them or say a few kind words to them because most of the people that we deal with, they suffer from abuse. A lot of it is emotional abuse, and they're not used to really hearing any kind words. It's always put downs or, nasty comments or words. And, we know words hurt. I mean, I say to people all the time, be careful what you say to your kids and how you say it because, it sticks up here. And you can hit someone or smack someone and over time they forget, but when you say mean, nasty, hurtful things, it stays right here and it doesn't go anywhere. I
I'm so
love
glad that you were blessed with him in your life. I
Mm.
really am.
He was such a blessing, and I tell you, like
Yeah.
he wasn't abused. He couldn't really help me in that department because he wasn't abused. But he knew my story. He knew what had happened to me, and he didn't try to fix me. He didn't say, you need to be fixed. He never. He just let me be me, and he loved me for me. And I just part of my healing journey, just to know that even if I mess up, you're still here for me. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Have
have to
somebody that will stay with
answer,
you through all of
right?
that is really, really special. Those are rare gems.
yes,
And, you know, good friends,
Yeah.
yes,
Good
those are
people
rare
that actually
too.
really care
Someone
about you.
that loves you
yes.
no matter what. Advocates to speak up for others and speak out for those who aren't able to speak for themselves, and, if you can do anything to help a child out there, if you have the qualifications to become a gal, to become a guardian ad litem for a child, please consider it. Pray on it, think about it, and if you can do that for a child, or if you can help any other way, just by using your voice, just by sharing information on social media, you can help
Yeah.
stand up for children who've been abused.
Spoke about him being a pedophile. It was really no big news to me because I always had that gut feeling like he was. But it was like, even to this day, you have people that will defend him saying that he didn't do it, and it's like, all these people are not going to lie. All these kids are not going to lie, but it makes me think, what could have been done to prevent all these different children from being affected by sexual abuse from or back when he was at the college and he did a lot of volunteer work with different organizations or when he come to, like I said, Clinton County, very small school district, and he affected I don't know how many lives here, you know. And when she said pass the trash, that made me think, of him, that we got that trash at come here and it destroyed lives and it's
Uh-huh.
still destroying people's lives.
Move around the country, to move to a different country, and they just continue on, you know.
Hmm.
Um, this is absolutely horrific.
It
And the
is.
victims are left. Yeah. I mean, we're left with a life sentence that, it's not it's not okay. And I mean, just learn the signs and symptoms, you know? And
I would rather have
yeah,
them tell me than not tell me and being harmed.
I made
yeah,
it
that's
a habit with my son to do the same thing with the communication.
Yes.
As soon as he was old enough to start asking questions about anything, and nothing was off limits,
No.
nothing was taboo. There was
No.
no judgment, um, no fear of getting in trouble for asking anything. It's like you have something to talk about. It doesn't matter what it is. You come to me. We can talk about anything. You can share anything with me. You
Yep.
know, and if I didn't know the answers to say anything he was asking me, then we'd find out together.
child sexual predators. I mean, it can happen, folks. And so, they always said, for stranger danger, it's not necessarily the person walking down the street in looking like a villain with a black cape on, that black coat and a hat, looking kind of evil. These are people who, you know, seem really
Um,
helpful, really outgoing, who quite often will, sort of search out families and have children. They'll become friends with that family and then groom those children,
Yeah.
you know. Oh, and then pretty soon it's Uncle so and so or it's Aunt so and so, because it's not just men that abuse children, women do too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there's no justification for that. You can't say, oh, she's just mentally ill, or, she couldn't handle having that child, so she just had to run him over with her car. And then she went back and he wasn't dead, so she ran him over again to make sure that he was dead. Now, how sick and twisted do you have to be to do something like that?
Part is she put his dead body in the car, took him home, and her it was either her boyfriend or husband, fiance, whatever. Um, they threw his body in the river the next morning and then reported him missing. So how
Yeah,
sad is that? How sick is that?
it's it's just not okay. It's not okay.
Two parts. I wish we could get you down here in Northwest Florida, and I'm between Pensacola and Fort Walton Beach. And I tell you, we've got so many youth here that tend to go, they go missing, they run away. Um, they don't understand, they don't understand the dangers that are out there. And the fact that I live just, I think it's about 4 miles from I-10, which is right by Walmart, and that is that the
The
I-10
corridor.
corridor is huge for human
Yeah,
trafficking.
helpful for Jesse's case that it happened when it did. I don't think she would have been so well known as a human trafficking victim if there were, human trafficking victims being talked about everywhere. It was all the timing for Jesse, the fact that her mom won't stop. She had that going for her. Tried to keep up with the technology and keep Jesse out there as much as we can.
Yeah.
That
Did
was
you have
actually my
questions?
question, Glendine. I was going to ask if you thought social media played part in the case today.
Yeah, yeah, and it does because it was just coming out, so I kind of got my toe in the door at the beginning, but now that's the first place everybody goes.
And they're thinking about that. And other times you grow up and you don't know your worth, you don't think you're worth anything at all. Um, some kids are continually told that, so